What's up, everybody? It's Harley here at EpicTube HD, coming back at you with another exclusive interview. This was from the Dallas Flame Tower with our friends Ellis over at Towers Podcast and Chris from Dueling Brothers. But I hope you guys enjoy it and you can learn and get something out of it. So big thank you to Ellis and Chris for this. And as always, guys, subscribe to the channel, smash that like button to support us. Hope you enjoy the video.
But yeah,
so no cement worms and no lightning bottles, which was like the majority of people had in their decks.
And
you just went
Earth Tower. I only had one lightning in a bottle and one bookmark because the rest was just built it's built to be this consistent machine. And those cards you can burn out, and you got to keep in mind, while that card does something powerful, that is a card that's no longer in your hand that can no longer answer problems. Whereas if you can pull pages that are actually going to stick around and continue to get value for you, I think that's really important in these towers.
Yeah.
And
I mean, clearly you guys did, what you guys all did was right, because there's 4 or 5 of you guys all from
3rd, 4th, 5th, and 14th place.
Yeah, so it's clearly the move you guys made was different from what everybody else.
Well, we were the only team that was using Area 51. And it was a very, very tech play because not a lot of people have had experience against that card.
It was giving us a headache for 2 weeks, and so we knew if we had to spend a week just really learning how do you attack into this, how do you play into this.
Yeah.
When we're playing it on people who haven't seen it, it's they're gonna have to learn quick.
And this guy Ryan, shout out to Ryan, he posted three decks that had a terra in it called Steep Cliffs, and so we were kind of ready for that, and so we were like, okay, well, how can we make this go even further? And with just those 2 terras combined, it really threw people for a loop just because it was something they haven't seen before, and because they haven't had a lot of practice, you don't really have the reps, so it's not more as it was impossible for them to win, it was just they just didn't have the practice, so when they would read the card and it would just throw them for a loop and they would get tunnel vision and they would keep thinking about one card and forget about the rest of our board. And
and that's really valuable in a tower, using the tension that you have in these events to try to split their brains in as many. And that's the team motto is you reap what you sow, and so we wanted to build a deck.
Yeah, it sounds like a Logan statement.
Yeah, where preparation and skill would win out, because otherwise when we were just playing aggro decks against each other, it was like a coin flip. You still had to play correctly, but it's someone can get 3 lightning in a bottles and a heavy hitting beastie, and the game's over. And those were my loss yesterday. That was what my loss was.
Yeah.
The games I lost, because I lost to game 2, so we went to game 3. It was the same thing. You get a Picasso lightning in a bottle, and I would do my best to set up walls, and a lot of times it worked, but you're not going to get that every time in those combos.
And that's what I was witnessing yesterday. That was happening a lot. Yeah. But I didn't hear anything about lightning a bottle actually before this, not from the guys that I was hanging around by. Just cement worm seemed to be one of the big, common.
It's tough to play. Even we were doing a dual aura spell book, and we would never want to spend 2 aura.
How much did you guys practice before you guys came to here?
Probably 60 to 70 hours worth of Flame Tower testing.
Wow.
Yeah.
Right after.
Does everybody show up for the practices?
Well, he lives in California.
Oh yeah, I was gonna say you don't live here. That's
I'm in
right.
California with Ricky. So I go down and practice with Ricky. We do TTS. Chris and Philip do a lot of the brewing and prep together.
Okay.
And then usually we're practicing with Philip, and then we'll do whole team practices where someone can watch the hands and look over.
I think that's a big thing that people are missing out on is the practicing. And I say this based on some other teams that I know about.
I was a solo player in Earth.
Yeah, you were
short. I got recruited to the
That's what I was like, you're on Legion of Doom now. I was like, when did that happen?
No, they talked to me second game, and that's to their credit. They didn't know I'd go into undefeated at Earth Tower day 1. Second game, they're like, we want to talk to you about the team. So I think they saw, because Herman beat me at Water Tower, and then I played Logan next.
Yeah, you played both of them.
But they saw that I learned throughout that. I don't know what else they saw in me, but I'm happy to be here. It's a great team.
Yeah.
We worked really hard.
Yeah, we did.
Yeah, Logan's I know Logan has got a really good eye for talent, man. He wants to win. He's a
great team leader. He really helps push us, and I'm not gonna lie. Before, we had Logan, I didn't really know if I needed somebody like that in my life, but man,
he's coming. He's coming. He's coming.
He really, really does help push us forward and give us the motivation.
We're not talking about
that
Logan.
we need. When I lost one of my matches, like yesterday, he asked me, he was like, "You okay?" And I was like, "No, I'm good." He was like, "No, Chris, like just take a walk, just let's be sure."
Yeah.
And it really helped me recenter, and I was able to win out the rest of the day and made top 16 and ended up being 14th. So
yeah, and I had a player who's like trying, like in my last game, which was against Ryan, that guy who put out the decks, spectacular player, best match yesterday by far.
Yeah.
No, I played a lot of great people. Caleb's over there, and a guy started touching our cards and trying to like adjust our phones.
Yeah.
And Logan's like, "Hey, will you let them finish out? Like we're about to go to turn, so like let them finish out."
You need somebody.
He's great at also breaking down walls.
Yeah.
We have a lot of eccentric, big personalities on our team, and he's the one who breaks us down, puts us in a room together.
Yeah.
He's like, "You're gonna bond."
Yeah, don't get it mistaken. We don't all agree on everything, but
No, but that's how the team works.
It happens.
Everyone's got
It
a
happens.
different-
yeah.
Yeah, everyone's got a different, very strong personality that all plays a different
But we all
strength.
believe in each other,
Yeah.
and that's the key.
That's the big.
Like we all know that we're gonna do well, and that's why we like no matter what happens, we were always gonna play each other.
Look at us. We're playing each other right there.
I know.
There we go.
All right. Well, I appreciate you guys talking with me, man. Have a great one. Congrats again.